We got a special guest in the studio right now, Mr. Clem Wehner. He is here with for the Arts For All Gala coming up here in just about a week or so, November 3rd, a little over a week, closer to 2. And that is taking place at the Great Plains Coliseum. It's the 21st anniversary. Yeah, you got to be doing something right to be doing it for 21 years.
It's a great, fun event coming up. We're going to have a really good time.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Arts For All Gala. What's the purpose behind it, and also a little bit more about the event.
Well, this is a fundraising event to help keep the arts alive in our community and schools. That's a really big deal these days. Right. There's so little public funding for that.
It seems to be whenever there's a cut, that seems to be the first place that it hits.
So the volunteers in this community that are parts of all the arts groups are the ones who are trying to keep it alive. And this is going to be a big celebration of our 21st year doing the gala. We've got live music and a great band, dancing, catered appetizers. We got a cash bar, live auction with Don Arms, who's a great auctioneer, but he's also a great entertainer. It's worth the price of admission to watch him work the audience.
There you go.
We got silent auctions and live auctions, ticket auctions from $1 to $5 for everybody's price range, and balloon auctions. We even have a photography studio on site with professional photographers from our local photography club, so you can get your portrait made for $10 donation. When's the last time you had a portrait made?
Exactly, capture a nice memory of the evening.
That's exactly right.
Now, like you were saying, the arts in the schools is something that has been heavily affected by budget cuts and budget slashing, and to a point where there's barely even art teachers in schools anymore.
Right.
There.
There are almost none, and in all of our art groups, like the Philharmonic and the Photography Club and the Community Theater, all these groups go into the schools to try to keep the arts there. And every year, those volunteers from our art organizations reach about 13,000 kids at no charge, doing workshops and classes and demonstrations. It's a really nice thing to do, and it's important.
And besides not having a teacher in the school to teach these things, those teachers also, part of their purpose is to find these youngsters that have these skills and to help nurture them. And without these teachers in the schools and without the funding for the programs, a lot of these kids will never know that they have some of these abilities.
That's exactly right. And imagination and creativity is kind of the beginning of everything. Right. Everything mankind's done since the beginning of time started in somebody's head as an idea. So the arts stimulate that among young people and help them learn how to do creative and things and be imaginative.
Now, how can we become involved with the Arts For All Gala?
Well, it's going to be on the 3rd of November at the Great Plains Coliseum at 7 p.m. in the evening, and you can get tickets for that for $40 per person, or you can buy tables. If you got a large group, everybody wants to sit together, or a special group, you can get a table. Or if you really want to go out and get the special benefits that come with the big tables, you can get a table for prices from $500 to $5,000.
And that's the great thing about that. You can also become a friend or a host of the arts for just $100. So if you want to become more involved than just buying that $40 ticket, there are ways where you can spend as little as $100. And you can go as high as, on some of these sponsorship packages, you could go up to $5,000. But I mean, it's definitely well worth the cost. But it's also a worthy purpose for this entire benefit.
It really is. And you're going to find we've got the auction items, beautiful original art donated by really experienced and professional artists, wonderful vacation packages, athletic tickets, wine, dinner, gift certificate, huge variety of specialty items that have been donated by local merchants and individuals. So you can get your tickets if you call the Arts For All office at 248-5384, or go by Gill's Framing and Photography, which is on C Avenue right next to the mall. Any of the members of any of the art groups, or even at the door that night.
All right. Well, that sounds like a great cause. We're behind that, and we'll definitely be there with you on November 3rd, 7 p.m. at the Great Plains Coliseum. It's the 21st Annual Arts For All Gala. And Clem, thanks for coming in and joining us.
I'm very pleased. Come on out and help keep the arts alive in our community and schools.